Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Namo 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 Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Narayanam Namaskrutyam
Narayanam Namaskrutyam
Naranjaiva Narottamam
Naranjaiva Narottamam
Devim Saraswatim Vyasam
Devim Saraswatim Vyasam
Tato Jayamudiraye
Tato Jayamudiraye
Nashtaprayeshu Bhadreshu
Nashtapraye Subhadreshu
Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya
Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya
Bhagavate Uttamasloke
Bhagavate Uttamasloke
Bhaktin Bhavadirnaistiki
Bhaktin Bhavati Nastiti
Krishnaya Vasudevaya
Krishnaya Vasudevaya
Devagi Nandanaya cha
Devaki Nandanaya cha
Nandagopa Kumaraya
Nandagopakumaraya
Govindaya Namo Namaha.
Govindaya Namo Namaha.
Hare Krishna. Welcome all the devotees for the Srimad Bhagavatam discussion. Today we are going to discuss Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 2, Chapter 7, text number 47. The canto name is The Cosmic Manifestation and the chapter name is Scheduled Incarnations with Specific Functions. Please repeat the sloka behind me. This is a big sloka. Please repeat the sloka behind me. Sat Sasvat Prasantam Abhyam Pratibodo Matram
Sasvata Prasantam Abhayam Pratibodha Matram
Suddham Samam Sat Asataha Paramātmā Tattvam
Suddham Samam Sada Asataha Paramātmā Tattvam
Sabdo Na Yatra Purukara Kavam Kriyarto
Sabdona Yatra Puru Kara Kavna Kriyatu
Maya Parariti Abhimukhe cha Vilajamana
Maya Paraite Abhimukecha Vilajamana
Tatvai Padam Bhagavataha Paramasya Pumsa
Tatvai Padma Bhagavata Paramasya Pumsa
Dhammiti Yat Vidur Ajasra Sukam Vishokam.
Brahmeti
Word by word
Vibhurajari
meaning, please repeat behind me.
Kama
Sasvat,
Sasvat
eternal.
Eternal
Prasantam,
Prasantam
without disturbance.
without disturbance
Abhyam,
Abhayam
without fear.
without fear
Pratibodha Matram,
Pratibodha Matram
a consciousness
a consciousness
opposed to the material counterpart.
opposite to the material counterpart
Suddham,
Suddham
uncontaminated.
Uncontaminated
Samam,
Samam
without distinction.
without distinction
Sat Asataha,
Sat Asataha
of the cause and effect.
of the cause and effect
Paramātmā Tattvam,
Paramātmā Tattvam
the principle of primeval cause.
the principle of primeval cause
Sabdaha,
Sabdaha
speculative sound.
speculative sound
Na,
Na
not.
not
Yatra,
Yatra
where there is.
where there is
Purukara Kavan,
Purukhara Khavan
resulting in fruitive action.
resulting in fruitive action
Kriya Arthaha,
Kriya Artaha
for the matter of sacrifice.
for the matter of sacrifice
Maya,
Maya
illusion.
illusion
Parati,
Paraiti
flies away.
flies away
Abhimukhe,
abhimukhe,
in front of,
in front of,
cha,
cha,
also,
also,
vilajamana,
vilajamana,
being ashamed of,
being ashamed of,
tat,
that,
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 why,
why,
is certainly,
is certainly,
padam,
padam,
ultimate face,
ultimate face,
bhagavataha,
bhagavataha,
of the personality of Godhead,
of the personality of Godhead,
paramasya,
Paramasya,
of the Supreme,
of the Supreme,
pumsaha,
Pumsaha,
of the person,
of the person,
Brahma,
Brahma,
the Absolute,
the Absolute,
iti,
Iti,
thus,
thus,
yet,
yet,
which,
which,
viduhu,
Viduhu,
known as,
known as
ajasra,
Ajasra,
unlimited,
unlimited,
sukham,
Sukham,
happiness,
happiness,
vishokam,
Vishokam,
without grief.
without grief.
Translation, purport by Living Grace Abhay Charna of the E.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Jai Srila Prabhupada.
Jason.
Translation, please repeat, begin me. What is realized
What is realized
as the Absolute Brahman
as the Absolute Brahman
is full of
is full of
unlimited bliss
unlimited bliss
unlimited
without
bliss
grief.
without grief.
without grief.
That is certainly
That is
That is
certainly
certainly
the ultimate phase of the
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 ultimate
ultimate phase
phase
of
of
the
the
Supreme Enjoyer,
Supreme
Supreme Enjoyer,
Enjoyer,
the personality of Godhead.
the
the
personality
personality
of
of
Godhead.
Godhead.
He is eternally
He is
He is
eternally
eternally
void of all disturbances
void of
void of
all
all disturbances
disturbances
and is fearless.
and
and
is
is
fearless.
fearless.
He is complete
He is
He is
complete
complete
consciousness
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 as opposed to the matter,
as
as
opposed to
opposed to
matter,
uncontaminated
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 and without distinctions.
and
and
without
without
distinctions.
He is the
He is the
principal
the
primeval cause of
principal
principal primeval cause of
cause of
all causes and effects,
all
all
causes
causes
and
and effects,
effects,
in whom
in
in
whom
whom
there is no sacrifice
there is no
there is no
sacrifice
for
sacrifice
fruitive activities,
or
or
fruitive
fruitive activity,
activities,
and in whom
and
and
in
in
whom
whom
the illusory energy
the
the
illusory
illusory
energy
energy
does not stand.
does not
does not
stand.
stand.
Purport. The supreme enjoyer, the personality of Godhead, is the supreme Brahman or the summum bonum. Because of his being the supreme cause of all causes, the conception of impersonal Brahman realization is the first step. Due to his distinction from the illusionary conception of material existence. In the other words, impersonal Brahman is a feature of the absolute distinct from the material variegatedness, just as light is a conception distinct from its counterpart, darkness. But the light has its variegatedness, which is seen by those who further advance in the light, and thus the ultimate realization of Brahman is the source of the Brahman light, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, the summum bonum or the ultimate source of everything. Therefore, meeting the personality of Godhead, including the realization of the impersonal Brahman, as realized at first in contrast with material illusion. The personality of Godhead is the third step of Brahman realization. As explained in the first canto, one must understand all three features of the Absolute Brahman, Paramātmā, and Bhagavan. Pratibodha Matram is just the opposite conception of material existence. In matter, there are material miseries, and thus, in the first realization of Brahman, there is the negation of such material miseries, and there is a feeling of eternal existence distinct from the pangs of birth and death, disease and old age. That is the primary conception of the impersonal Brahman. The Supreme Lord is the supreme soul of everything, and therefore, in the supreme conception, affection is realized. The conception of affection is due to the relationship of soul to soul. A father is affectionate to his son because there is some relationship of nearness between the son and the father. But that sort of affection in the material world is full of limitations. When the personality of Godhead is met, the fullness of affection becomes manifested because of the reality of the affectionate relationship. He is not the object of affection by material tinges of body and mind, but he is the full, naked, uncontaminated object of affection for all living entities because he is the Supersoul or Paramātmā within everyone's heart. In the liberated state of affairs, the full-fledged affection of the Lord is awakened. As such, there is an unlimited flow of everlasting happiness without the fear of its being broken as we have experienced here in the material world. The relationship with the Lord is never broken. Thus, there is no grief and no fear. Such happiness is explicable by words, and there can be no attempt to generate such happiness by fruitive activities, by arrangement and sacrifices. But we must also know that happiness, unbroken happiness, exchanged with the Supreme Person, the personality of Godhead, as described in this verse, transcends the impersonal conception of the Upanishad. In Upanishad, the description is more or less negation of the material conception of things. But this is not denial of the transcendental senses of Supreme Lord. Herein also the same is affirmed in the statement that the Supreme Lord is pure. The word Suddham indicates that the sense of the personality of Godhead are not made of the material elements. They are all transcendental, free from all contamination of material identification. And also, the liberated souls are not devoid of senses. Otherwise, there cannot be any reciprocation of unhampered spiritual happiness exchange between them in spontaneous, unbroken joy. All the senses, both the Lord and the devotees, are without material contamination. They are so, there are so many, so because they are they are beyond the material cause and effects. As clearly mentioned herein, Sat Asataha Param, the illusionary material energy cannot work there, being ashamed before the Lord and his transcendental devotees. In the material world, the sense activities are not without grief, but here it is clearly said that the senses of the Lord and the devotees are without any grief. There is a distinct between the difference between the material and spiritual senses, and one should understand it without denying the spiritual senses because of a material conception. The senses in the material world are surcharged with material ignorance. In every way, the authorities have recommended purification of the senses from the material conception. In the material world, the senses are manipulated for individual and personal satisfaction, whereas in the spiritual world, the senses are properly used for the purpose for which they have originally meant, namely the satisfaction of the Supreme Lord. Such sensual activities are natural, and therefore sense gratification there is uninterrupted and unbroken by material contamination because the senses are spiritually purified, and such satisfaction of the senses is equally shared by the transcendental reciprocators. Since the activities are unlimited and constantly increasing, there is no scope for material attempts or artificial arrangements. Such happiness of transcendental quality is called Brahma Suktyam, which will be clearly described in the fifth canto of Dasa. ओम अज्ञानतिमिरन्दस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकये चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरुवे नमः। नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय पुत्रे श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्तस्वामी इति नामिने। नमस्ते सरस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारणे निर्विशेष शून्यवाद पाशाशदेशतारणे। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंदा। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्णा. So Brahma, further he was explaining about the Supreme Personality of Godhead and the qualities of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So, and the Brahman, about the Brahman realization, he was talking about what is realized as the Absolute Brahman is full of unlimited bliss without grief. So the soul, the super soul or our soul, all the souls, it's made up of, we got this three things. What are the three things? Sat, Chit, Ananda. There are three. Sat means it is always eternal. Chit, it has the full of knowledge, and Ananda, it is full of bliss. So this is the quality of the super soul. Since we are part and parcel of the super soul, we are also having the similar quality. Sat, Chit, Ananda means we are eternal, we are knowledgeable, and we are always in the bliss, Ananda. But only the Supreme Lord is we are seeing this quality in the Supreme Lord only. We are not able to see such quality within us. We are not thinking ourselves as a eternal, because we are thinking that we are in the bodily concept of life, and we are in the material world. We are thinking that our life started when this body born, some 30 years, 20 years, 40 years back. So from that my life started, and it is going to end in the particular time. So that means we are in the bodily conceptual waves. We are thinking ourselves is this body. Because of that, we are not able to think the eternity. And Chit, the knowledgeable. Actually, the Vedas are saying, and the scriptures are saying that the soul is knowledgeable. But we are saying that in the material world, many people are not having the understanding of the difference between the body and the soul. It is a basic knowledge. How can we understand that the body is knowledgeable? Chit, how can we say that it is like the living entities, all the souls are knowledgeable? Because the we are knowledgeable, but when we enter into this material world, because of our agitation of our senses, we came to this material world. Once we touch in this material world, we are covered, our knowledge are getting covered by the illusory energy. Because of that, our knowledge is not exposed, not we are not able to remember that. And this is also provided by the Lord only. Knowledge is provided by the Lord only, because Lord is saying in Bhagavad Gita 15.15, the Lord is saying, I am there as a super soul in front of your in your heart. Saying that Sarvasya chaham hridhi sannivisto mattaha smritirjnanam apohanam cha vedaisha sarve radham yeva vedyo vedanta kritveda vidyeva chaham. So here Krishna confirming here, I am seated in everyone's heart. He is seated in everyone's heart. That we always need to remember. Lord is seated in my heart. Lord is seated in all the other living entities' heart. It is not only human being. If you see the other religions, they are saying that only human beings are having the soul. Others are not having the soul. That is their concept of life. So we should not think in that way, because Lord is saying that all the living entities have the souls, and Lord is living there in the all of their heart. So I am seated in everyone's heart, and from me come remembrance, knowledge, and forgetfulness. So God only giving these three things. Whatever we are remember, you already put remember, whatever our knowledge and whatever our forgetfulness. Everything is provided by the, controlled by the Supreme Personality of Godhead. When it comes to this material world, it is controlled by the illusory energy of the Lord. So there is a external potency of the Lord. So by all the Vedas, I am to be known. So from Vedas, Lord to be known. So if you study the Vedas, Lord to be known. Like that, Lord is here explaining. So that means we should understand that these 2 points, it is we should always remember everything is coming from the Lord. The remembrance, knowledge, and forgetfulness, it is provided by the Lord. It is very clear. So that means Lord can switch on or switch off our knowledge at any point of time, because he is the controller, and he is sitting in our heart as a Paramātmā. So there are three kind of realization there in this material world. The living entities can understand the Supreme Lord in the three cases: the Brahman realization, and Paramātmā realization, and Bhagavan realization. There are three realizations. So the Brahman realization, in the sense, whatever we are seeing in this material world, people are thinking that everything is a God, all are God. It's the creation of the God. Lord's energy is there in the each and every atom of this material world. That means Lord is in the form of Brahman. Lord is dreaded without any form. He is all the forms. Everything is become Lord. Everything is Lord's forms only. Lord transformed himself into all the forms. So that is one of the understanding of Brahman realization. So the next step is Paramātmā realization. So then we understand that okay, Lord is sitting as a Paramātmā in our heart. So the Paramātmā realization, that is the realization of Paramātmā, is the understanding Lord is sitting in our heart. That is Paramātmā realization. And the yogis and rishi munis, what they are doing, they are leaving all these material activities. They are going and they are concentrating on the Paramātmā and trying to merge with the Paramātmā. And this is the next level. And the actual level, what is the original level is, Lord is there in the spiritual world in his original form. So the first understanding is Lord has no form. The next understanding is Lord is sitting in the Paramātmā. The top level understanding is Lord is there in the supreme world. He is there in his own abode and he has the form. So this is the 3 level of understanding. So the materialist or the karma yogis, they will think about all this in the Brahman realization. They will be in the Brahman realization. And the yogis and the rishi munis, they will be there in the Paramātmā realization. And only the devotees, they can understand the Supreme Lord through the scriptures. They can understand the Supreme Lord is there in the as a they will accept all the 3 things. They know that Lord is there personally in the spiritual world, and Lord is there as a Paramātmā in our heart, and also is all over the places. He is spread as the Brahman. So these 3 concepts only devotees can understand. So that is the reason there is the knowledge is not contaminated with the devotees. They are always in the concept and they understand, they know that the Lord's original position. That is the reason there is a loving exchange between the Lord and the devotees happening, because the devotees knows the qualities of the Lord and also what the purpose of our purpose. We are all the servants. That understanding, that only the devotee can have that kind of understanding. But others, they may not able to come into the path of serving the Supreme Lord. The people who are concentrating on the Brahman realization, they may concentrate on the Brahma Jyoti. They are saying that Lord is light. So those kind of people, what they will think, they wanted to go and their desire is they wanted to go and merge with the light. That's all. They don't want to do any serving. The serving mood is not there with them. And the Paramātmā realization, they want to always in the meditation, they want to realize that Paramātmā is there, but they want to connect with the Paramātmā, but there is no service attitude there for them also. And only for the devotees, the service attitude is there, because they realize that they have the realization that Lord is there in all the 3 forms, and our position is to serve the Supreme Lord. So when we are having that kind of understanding, then the knowledge automatically, whatever the knowledge with us, which is covered by the illusory energy, when we get to this understanding that we are all eternal, we are all part and parcel of the Supreme Lord, and our original position is to serve the Supreme Lord. When the realization is happening for a soul, then what is happening? That is the way they are realizing the Supreme Lord always, and they are also exploring and exposing the quality of the Supreme Lord, which is the without disturbance, they won't get disturbed, and they will be fearless, and they will always in the mode of serving the Lord. And by seeing the serving mode of the devotees, Lord also show his mercy towards the devotees. Lord is equal to everyone. Lord is saying that Samoham Sarva Bhuteshu. In the Bhagavad Gita, Krishna is saying that Samoham Sarva Bhuteshu. In front of me, everyone is equal. But he is giving the special mercy to the devotees of the Lord. Why he is giving the special mercy? Because they are in the realization and they are come out from this contamination of sense gratification. That is the reason Lord is giving the special attention to the devotees and is giving the complete knowledge. But the people who are in the contaminated, they have the propensity to lord it over this material world. They wanted to enjoy in this material world. That's why they are contaminated. They may be the little knowledge about the Supreme Lord, but because of their addiction to the sense gratification, they may not able to come out from that. Because of that, they are not able to fully enjoy the bliss, which is the happiness. The soul is always blissful. Bliss. Actually, if there is a realization is happening, it is a, what is meant by realization? Realization means we are all such chit ananda. We are the soul. Our quality is such chit ananda. So when we are realizing that, that person is always in the fearless mode. He won't be disturbed by anything. He always in the ananda. That is always blissful. Because that is the quality of the Supreme Lord. The same quality he is realizing after realization of the Supreme Lord. So he will expose those qualities. That's why there's a pure devotees and the Supreme Lord, they are always in the mode of blissful. Why? Even though the Supreme Lord is giving so many, the people who are all the pure devotees of the Lord, they are going through so many obstacles, so many problems, but still always they are in the blissful because they know that the Supreme Personality of Godhead is the cause and effect. He's the cause of all causes. So when we understand that the Supreme Lord is the cause of all causes, we are nothing. We are just a puppet in the hands of the Supreme Lord. When we make ourselves in the puppet as a puppet, instead of using our small independent for our sense gratification, if you are understanding and whatever the scriptures are saying, if you follow, then our life will be blissful and we will be come out from this illusion and we can go back to Godhead. That is certain. So today's sloka, it was explained, Brahma, he was explained about the qualities of the Supreme Lord. The Supreme Lord is the Supreme Enjoyer and we are all to be enjoyed. So we are all the object to be enjoyed by the Supreme Lord and Lord is the only enjoyer. But falsely we are identifying ourselves, we are also an enjoyer. So that is the reason so many misconceptions in this material world and so many problems are happening in this material world. When we are understanding that we are the object to be enjoyed by the Supreme Lord, that is the original, that is our original position. That is our, if they realize that, then we will also in the same come out from this all the disturbances and we will also the fearless. That is the original quality of the soul. And when we are coming connected with the Supreme Lord, what is happening? We will also become uncontaminated. Amala. Mala means it is contaminated. We are become amala. Lord is always Suddham. So that's why it is even Lord is beyond the three modes of material nature. The mode of goodness, passion, ignorance. We are always covered with this. We always playing with this all the modes. We are connected with all the modes always, as long as we are in the material world. But when we are connected to the Supreme Lord, because Supreme Lord is not connected with these three modes of material nature. He is out of these three modes. That is the reason he is we are calling him, whatever his position is, a transcendental, which is Suddha Sattva position. So when we are connecting with the Supreme Lord through our sadhana, through our mind and through our activities and through service, devotional service, what is happening? We will also go out of these three modes of nature. We will also get into the Suddha Sattva stage. So in that stage, we are connecting with the Supreme Lord and the loving exchange happening between the Supreme Lord and the devotees. So to become a devotee is the ultimate goal of a human life. And if there are other realizations, whatever the Brahman realization and the Paramātmā realization, they are all partial realization only. So only the Bhagavan realization is the complete realization, and Bhagavan realization having that, only devotees having the Bhagavan realization, and they are accepting all the three forms of the Supreme Lord. So when we accepting all the three forms of Supreme Lord and to serve the Supreme Lord and understanding our position as a servant, then we will always live the blissful mode. Then there we can enjoy along with the Supreme Lord. Hare Krishna. Gandharaj Srimad Bhagavatam ki Jai.